May you walk the land of the Duat.
Citizen!
Hello and welcome back to another Assassin's Creed Origins stream. Today with the continuation of the Hidden Ones DLC. We're gonna be playing the second session and yeah, also gonna be most likely finishing the DLC, and then if we still have enough time also make a start on the Curse of the Pharaohs, which is gonna be like the last content of this game before we jump into AC Valhalla. Eva Ember, welcome in. So we're currently at level 50 with 61 hours played. That's right, I would say. But yeah, we're probably getting to like maybe 80 total. Hey, the puppet, welcome in. You play Saints Row? Not really. I did play one of the games for like a few missions, but that's like basically everything I've done. So I'm not really very experienced with that franchise. Are you playing one of the games right now? Parkour. Alright, so in the Hidden Ones DLC we have basically finished most of the side quests at this point. So the only thing left really is to do the main story. I want to kind of like leave it for the latest thing, because it kind of like really happens back to back like a lot of the events. So yeah, that's what we're gonna focus on today. And the next one is the setting sun. We have to kill the next kind of like lieutenant of Rufio, which is Petamose. Puppet, you saw that dance gaming looked like fun. You were thinking about trying the new one. Yeah, I haven't really seen much gameplay of it. I saw like one trailer. Definitely looked interesting and funny. Play whatever I like. This message costs you 40k. Wow. If you want, you can have a look over at my game list, because there's actually a few of my picks on as well. Hold on. So if you have a look over there, you can see that some of the games are my picks basically. So if you want, you can choose one of those, because, you know, I have already picked them anyways. Then I can kind of like mark it as like a viewer pick anyways, you know. So it's still like my pick, but it's also your pick. If that makes sense. But yeah, thank you for redeeming that vote.
You are no Mason, and Amun does not run in your car. Only Anubis does.
Just a few guards. Did I play Red Dead off stream? Like I said, I didn't really play last night anymore, but I'm probably gonna do a bit of like challenge grinding tonight, I think, before we go back to the game tomorrow.
I should be cautious around here.
Dishonored 2 sounds interesting, but feel free not to do it. Yeah, we can do Dishonored for sure. Played the first one a while ago and actually quite enjoyed it. It's pretty cool for like stealth as well. But like lots of different ways how to approach it. And you can even do like a no kind of like kill playthrough, I think. At least for the first Dishonored. Hey the Cider, welcome in. Long time no see. But yeah, let me actually take care of that before I forget about it. Let's add that game to the list here.
Citizen!
Alright, edit that, and then I'm going to delete it from my viewer pics here. There we go. Thanks for doing that typical puppet. Ava Mola, welcome in, dude. Good morning. Ava Aura, citizen. I hope everybody's having a good morning or day. It really echoed. Oh. Maybe because there was like no other sound at the time. Last week of August. Is it gonna be a bit more chill for you at work afterwards, Mola? I think that's why you started yourself. But you are now fully woken up, I guess. Where are you guys going? It's a few guys here. Uh-oh. What the fuck? He just teleported away. What the heck? Come on, dude.
Siste! Confute! Confute! Sanguinum vitas pueri!
Rufio, the shards of stars still elude us. The Order is eternal. You are ephemeral!
Forzate, bastardos!
I should meet with the Hidden Ones. Tell them the good news.
State! Et io Latini disque
One of the next months is fairly relaxed at work, and then you get another busy month after. Not too bad. Until April though. I gotcha. Oh. Good to at least get a, you know, break of like 2 months. That would certainly be helpful. And a bit of like a relief, at least temporarily. Or the game said that's too many enemies, so got rid of one. Yeah, but why did it have to be the target though? Exactly, Ember. Hey there, Levy. Welcome in. Some quick punchies. Yeah. And we're coming in, so I had to go for the quick punchies and stabbies.
Non Dio! Pressura la mentis! Tibiame! Devi rimanere! E tu! E non muovere! Ma qui sentiam in corpore! E dillo! Volvos mori! Videt! Nulla perdite! Poenam! Occhi povos mori verdes! Ora! Capis hoc stulte! Et quidem cum amicis?
And I love the daggers in this game. That small jump that he did in slow motion looked damn funny. Like so unnecessary in that situation, like, you know, you're like investigating somebody. But yeah, let's do some parkour here. The dogs. And Bastoppy is already dead, but it's so fun, you know, to keep on stepping. Well, definitely, yeah, I can imagine. So Mola, are you doing your Murder Monday today? Have you tied? How are you? How's the origining going? The origining is going pretty good so far. I mean, we haven't really done much yet, but yeah, I plan on finishing the Hidden Ones DLC today and then make a start on Curse of Pharaohs. So yeah, that should be a good time, I think. But yeah, did you not get much sleep today? Or are you tired? Yeah, but you got a lot of Latin insults. The burning of rum. Why is the rum gone? Oh, that's why. Italian just isn't intimidating of a language. Yeah, Italian and Latin both. Except of course if Ezio's saying it. The papyrus puzzles are more difficult in Hidden Ones. I think I only got one so far. I could be wrong, but isn't the reward also better for the ones in the Hidden Ones? I don't have a requirement to do them in this playthrough. I just do them whenever I come across a location. Yes. You will, Mona? Nice. Yeah, I've actually set an alarm for myself today. For like midnight or so to remind myself to tune in and have a look at Twitch. Because the last times I just completely forgot about it. Because it was like so late in the night. But yeah, today I hope I'm gonna be there, Mona. I gotta witness some murdering again. Mona proves the murder. The past few days, to be honest, you explained at some point, was soon. Yeah, fair enough, Levi. I can definitely understand under these circumstances, you know. But yeah, let's talk some more later. Yeah, for my girl. So this actually is the Sand Dweller aura. That's one of the camels I've gotten off stream through the hacker chest. Yeah, I've opened up a couple hacker chests off stream. I've also gotten a couple new outfits. We got, let's see, the mummy. I really want to get this one for the Curse of the Pharaohs. So we can kind of use it and fit in a bit more, I guess. Then the Scarab Soldier. And the Spaniard as well. So yeah, once we get to Curse of the Pharaohs, I'm gonna activate the reward again. And then we have a couple more outfits to choose from. Yeah, and a very smaller. I didn't set it to wake myself or something. I usually don't go to sleep before midnight, in any case. So it's just like a reminder, you know, like, oh yeah, how about you check out Twitch? Because I'm awake anyways. Thought you knew your camels. I mean, to be fair, they're both armored, so I can see it. Speaking of which, where's Gurfa? Oh yeah, there she is. They do kind of look similar in a way. I mean, Gurfa is more plated, but they both have like plates and red clothing. Anyways, let's get back to the burrow. Hey, there's Senny. Welcome in, Rod. Our second part of the Hidden Ones here.
Whoa.
So glad to be finished Vice City finally. I can imagine, dude. Yeah, totally understandable. Like, you know, as good as the story and everything is, the gameplay can be really damn frustrating. It's kind of a reason why I haven't touched the game since like January. I got like way too frustrated. But eventually I'm gonna come back because I do want to finish it. It's just gotta prepare myself for some frustration. That's for sure. Did you like Vice City? You remember really liking that game back in the day, but it's been so long. Yeah, Vice City is definitely a very good game in the regards of like narrative and kind of like style. Like everything that went into the art, I think, is really good. From the music to like the general look of the game and the aesthetic. But yeah, the gameplay, I mean, if you used to it, like if you grew up with it, I reckon it would be easier. I've only played very little of Vice City when it came out, but I did play it like a little bit, so I don't really have like missions memorized or anything like that. And yeah, to me it was like very frustrating after a while. Hot rage against GTA. Evilitis. Yeah, these cunt ass shitheads. Every single time. Or you felt a similar frustration trying to assassinate Zephyr in the giant fort with 2 braziers. Yeah, I can imagine. That's the only thing, right? Like you sabotage 1 brazier and then you think, okay, that's it. But no, turns out there was another one.
Three dead, as promised.
That leaves Rufio.
He'll be drawn to the Sinai by news of these deaths.
Gamilat is now hero of the land. The people speak of no one else.
You seem troubled.
The cause of the rebels is just. But I've seen how often simple villagers get caught in battles, many losing their lives.
Have you spoken to him about this?
To him, they are martyrs. Their deaths inspire their families to join the rebels. Kasha!
Fire! Get out now! Smash them out!
Cut it out! Through the passage!
We have their leader.
Vultures will have their meal today.
Hey, I'll kill you all. Amulet!
Put some clothes on. Show some decency.
And this scene is so damn good. It's probably one of my favorite cutscenes in the Hidden Ones.
And you attracted too much attention. Even in Rome, we heard of the Sinai Bureau.
I know. The fire was proof of this. Right now, we need to find Tahira and Kashta.
They are imprisoned in Fort Klostra.
I will head straight in.
I will check the perimeter. There are centurions everywhere. Meet me at the far side of Fort Klostra.
We will reunite once we have our hidden ones.
Said I never realized how bad the shooting was without the auto-aim. Yeah. Yeah. I couldn't play without the auto-aim, I think. Just way too wonky. But if you decide to pick up the game again, you would add whatever mods you can that will make it more tolerable. I might do that actually. Like usually I'm a fan of like playing a game the first time in its vanilla state. But I mean, you know, if there's like glitches or like just super frustrating missions, you know, might be more worth it to just focus on the story, I guess. And make the gameplay as bearable as possible. Or you finally got both braziers only to set yourself on fire and die because you were trapped in combat. Yeah, I've been there. Or the best thing is when you stand right next to the sabotage brazier while it explodes or something. It's like an instant death right there. Fire! I'm on fucking fire. Romans show off their crucifixions. Yep. It's kind of cool so because of like how close it is to the time of like Jesus. So to me that's like a very kind of like biblical picture right there as well. Only Bayek has no intention of actually dying there. Ember shows belly button, asks to wear clothes for decency. I mean, it's still not as bad as Bayek at the time, I guess. In the bathhouse tower. I think it's more decent than the bathhouse tower, as we all know. I do like that Bayek uses her new name. Yeah, definitely helps with the continuity of like, you know, her having changed her name. And having kind of like abandoned, kind of like Aya, in a way. And hey Virgin Jacket, welcome in. Thank you so much for the raid and welcome invaders. I hope you had a good stream today. How was it? What did you stream / play? You felt uncomfortable during that bath tower quest. Yeah, that's what it does to people. Virgin Jacket creativerse as usual. Nice. What did you create today? That we're currently ignoring your tasks and work and just waiting for the day to pass. I mean, that's fair, I guess. Is it a lot today with the tasks, or is it kind of like chill? Follow camera is really weird with the angle when you shoot from above.
High precision getter.
High precision getter?
High precision getter.
With a bare minimum. It was mentally exhausting, so don't really want to do more. Yeah, fair enough. I mean, that's alright, I would say. She saw me. You? Originally, you are building a skyscraper inspired by Metal Gear Rising. Ah, interesting. That's cool. Kind of like trying to rebuild a particular building.
Confuse! Et tua est! Marianini!
Heck. Did he actually destroy that?
Sei tu! E non muovere!
Huh? I see not coming.
State! Concorse et sanguinum a sepulcro!
Original Jacket versus Scenery fight on the roof of a skyscraper that has a Japanese building on the roof. You simplified it a bit. I gotcha. Oh, interesting. But a combination you would see that often, I'd imagine.
Damn, man, look at that!
Indeed.
Come on, Tahira. I will carry you out of here.
I cannot go on. Leave me a bow, and I will fight them to my death.
Stop speaking of your death. The Hidden Ones need you.
My body is on fire. The blood of Romans is the only thing that eases this pain. Kashta is still captured. We need to free him. He may be as hurt as I am.
You are right. We leave no one behind.
Okay, the meeting point is over there. Never mind. Hira. That's like still the wounds, of course, from the attack on the Hidden One's burrow.
Oh, Lord of the Duat, please pass me through to the field of reeds.
Stay with me, Tahira. Fight it. Do not give up.
The world is fading from my sight, Bayek.
This began that so fast. Tuko sounds pleased. Yeah, he usually does. Or every time you have to fight someone Origins, you're thankful that
You have to get him. I'll be fine here.
that Odyssey's combat was simplified so much. Yeah, mechanically it definitely has been. I mean, you got like all of these fancy skills, but like raw combat in itself has been definitely simplified. Or she's got burns everywhere and you're dragging her through the bushes, man. That's because I'm so empathetic. Why doesn't Amunet help? She didn't bring any backup. I think she's supposed to kind of like wait here as kind of like an escape route. So she's taking care of the horses and of course making sure that Tahira is safe once we deliver her over here.
Go find Tahira in Kashta. I will arrange horses for a quick escape back to my camp.
Yeah. So that's why she's waiting here.
They will attack on sight here.
Bayek, thank God you are here. This fort was designed by Osiris.
It is madness.
Tahira is badly burned. I fear for her life. They took her away.
Follow me. Be ready to fight.
Here's the tomb of Osiris, motionless, motionless like Osiris, motionless, his name's like Osiris.
Acuta quisentiam incorpore! E dillo! My blade! Be careful.
I like how it just ignored us. The gasp. Indeed. Yeah, that's like the first thing that came to my mind as well. But that's basically the case all the time whenever I hear Osiris.
We need to get out of here. Romans could come at any time. Follow me to my camp.
I must go back for Tahira. Sickens me to see Tahira like this.
Yeah, I must go back for Tahira.
At my camp, we can help her.
Neck. Why, gods? Do not take my great sister.
We must have a traitor among the Hidden Ones. Who could have let this happen?
All swear an oath. We have been played for workers.
All? Are you sure of this? We can no longer trust anyone.
State! Fuori questo! Ucciluto Okido! Achide indicchio fuere! Secondo! E no, damnatorum fatue! Paolo di Utius manere nobo!
I must go back for Tahira. Our wisdom is faltering.
The same happened with Brutus and Cassius. The more known we are, the less safe the Brotherhood is.
Well, let us pray the gods will keep Tahira for us. She is invaluable to maintaining Nabatea.
We're almost there.
Great Amun, be merciful. I let you down, Bayek.
No. You let no one down. You are as loyal as a mountain.
We'll build something I believe in.
You are the first Oath-taker, savior to many, and a hidden one.
Don't let our creed fade.
I will kill everyone. All the Romans.
You will take Tahira to the mountains. Somewhere she can be given a proper burial. We will carry on. Let us kill Rufio.
Rest in peace, Taira. What a great character she was as well. I think it's really cool that she's already been there in the main game when you went to Heraklion Nome. And you also already fought against the Romans with her because they were kind of like disrupting the wildlife and nature by hunting all of the wild beasts there. And her having made a comeback and also seeing, you know, how important she was for the Nabateans. It's a very tragic death for the region because Spike, of course, can't stay here to, you know, ensure that everything is going well. And they kind of feel like nobody betrayed them. Romans were tracking Bike somehow and followed him to the burrow. Yeah. I mean, it's more, I guess, kind of the intention that Gamilat has set upon the Hidden Ones. But Nabatea already had an invader leader, Gamilat. Yeah. No kidding. But don't worry, Taira, it won't. Indeed. Yeah. Oh, if she could see what would happen out of a brotherhood, then I guess she would be happy and content in a way. If Mr. Boo, welcome in.
I will honor you properly, great Tahira. Lay you to rest with your blades on a bed of heron feathers. I will honor you properly, great Tahira. Lay you to rest with your blades on a bed of heron feathers.
Tahira's death sends a clear message. We must eliminate Rufio. The Brotherhood in Sinai is on the brink of extinction.
Did he land at the quarry?
No, at Alcinoe. He is most likely lingering on his Octareme. He is a master at guarding himself, and cutting true fear into the heart of a people.
Where my lieutenants have failed, I will not. I won't set foot on that cursed peninsula of savages. But they will bow to me.
You know, Aura, I had to think exactly the same.
It's the lover's army that bothers us now. Mark Antony bears the same stench of tyranny that Caesar did.
Rufio carries the same order.
Yes, to the Sinai. Which is why we must be the welcoming party.
Of fire and blood.
We did not choose this path. It chose us.
Damn, that's a bit of a reference to Ezio there. Because Ezio also says, this life is, it chose me. That's a really cool reference there, I think. But yeah, or I had to think the same because Hook recently got onto Netflix and I started watching it again, like 2 days ago. But yeah, I love that movie so much. It's actually crazy, like, the movie has really tanked in reviews when it came out. But now it's considered to be like a timeless classic in a way. And like one of the best Captain Hook performances ever. And Bazukashta is the one who started the custom of burying blades of the Hidden Ones. Might be, yeah. We're not quite sure if Kashta has actually been the first to ever do it, but certainly one of the first. But yeah, maybe it's also something he has learned from Aya or Bike. Not quite sure. I guess the game never really confirms or denies it. Then there was that spreadsheet that I put into chat. That was my game list. So basically all the games that I have yet to play, games that I've completed, and games that I've replayed. But they will bow over your dying corpse. Well, you can't be dying and a corpse, I guess. Well, maybe if they are zombies. Maybe then. Or if they have risen again from death, like in the Curse of Pharaohs. Yeah, definitely is Aura. Exactly, Mr. Boo. Gotta win the championship. Was one of my favorite movies as a kid, even though Captain Hook creeped you out. Yeah, same here. Was like one of those movies you watched at least once a year pretty much, like as a family as well. But yeah, Robin Williams movies in general from like the 90s were like a big part of my childhood. Also Jumanji, for instance, or Flubber. I don't know, I always loved seeing him. Hey there, Snow Bluebell. Welcome in. But yeah, I have to also say that Captain Hook was definitely a bit creepy at first, you know? Like the whole scene where the kids get kind of like kidnapped in a way by the ghost of Captain Hook, really. You don't even see him, you just have like this kind of like green energy. That was really creepy, I think. But then once you got to meet him, you know, once you like learned more about him, you kind of like see how not dangerous he is. I mean, yeah, obviously he kills people and everything, but he's more like, it's kind of funny, like him and Smee, you know, like his kind of like first lieutenant, they actually kind of like interpreted their roles as kind of like being two old queens that live in like a homosexual relationship. And once I kind of like thought of it in that way, they kind of like made it more comedical for it. And I mean, once you kind of like get to learn Hook, or learn more about Hook, you know, kind of like realize that he's like not really that strong either, you know. So yeah, I don't know, I thought it was like a cool plot twist to see that he seems like super dangerous at first, but then turns out to be like, you know, not really all that dangerous after all. But I gotta say, like, the whole Smee-Hook relationship was so damn funny in the movie. When Smee talks him out of killing himself. Also for like a kid's movie, it was actually quite dark at times. But Robin Williams was so awesome. The actor who played one of the children told the story that the producers and director wanted the child actors to do overtime and asked their parents if they would allow them. Because there's only a certain amount of hours they can work per day. Robert caught wind of this and told the producers that they weren't going to be working longer hours than necessary. So really stood up for them to make sure they weren't being worn out. That's awesome. I didn't know about that backstory, Rod. That definitely sounds like Robin Williams, you know. Like, he certainly had a very high moral standard, I would say. You know, also the way he kind of like didn't kind of like how to say, like he didn't take more money than he could have for Aladdin, I think it was. And then the studio still kind of like betrayed what he has wished for, which was so they won't use him for advertising too much, I think. And then they still, you know, done it. But yeah, Robin was just a great human being all around, I would say. Definitely kind of like a childhood hero of mine. Or when they pull off his wig and he's just an old man, somehow that creeped you out, oh, he looked half dead. But you were afraid of everything as a kid? Well, that's fair. Yeah, that was a bit weird, you know, because we're like so used to seeing that iconic, long, black hair of Hook, you know, that he's like known for. And kind of like seeing him reduced to, you know, his natural skull was a bit sobering in a way. Anyways, let's go ahead and follow Amunet.
Bayek, quick, you must help us! The village is being attacked!
By Amun, how do they know my name?
Gamilat speaks of the hero from Siwa, the great warrior with the eagle.
Jesus Christ. Look at this.
This is a bloody massacre!
Defend the Nabateans!
This is madness! Why are they killing civilians?
Stand in Rome's way!
Something is not right.
This guy's dodging skillful. I like how you catch fire moments before being assassinated.
The battle is done. Now I should kill the man who sent these soldiers, Rufio.
Gamilat has fucked up one too many times. Yeah. But absolutely duty brought joy to many over many years. You were stunned when he passed. You didn't know him personally, of course, but he had been some of his work growing up as a kid. You had seen. It was a shock. Remember him making you laugh so hard in the interview he did on Australian TV when you were about 10 years old? Your tears running with laughter with that one. Yeah, man. I've also seen like quite a few interviews over the past years, just also like to remind myself again of how it was like. And yeah, I was like the same, you know, like when I learned about he died, like it was kind of like unbelievable at first, you know, like given how important he's kind of like been in a way, you know, like more important than probably any other actor to me. At least like given what kind of impact his acting had on me like as a child. And yeah, like, you know, like his brain was just like on such a high energy level the whole time. You really see it in interviews, you know, like just how fast and quick-witted he was as well, you know. And I think it really translated into his acting as well. One scene that kind of makes me think of it is in Hook, actually, in the movie we talked about, when he's with the Lost Boys. And they have this whole, like, you know, they're eating dinner, and they have to kind of, like, imagine that there's food. And then they decide, before that happens, they decide to have kind of like a rap battle of a kind. Of like an insult battle. It's a bit, I guess, like fighting. And the way kind of like Robin Williams, you know, like performed those insults was really like the way he kind of like would sometimes be in interviews, you know, like kind of like that quick-witted nature. Just so damn funny as well. Yeah, it really was. Definitely one of my favorite scenes in that movie. So since these guys are basically on our level, there's a good chance that I might not be able to assassinate Rufio. I think he's actually a bit higher level than others. But yeah, I'm still gonna try for an air assassination. One of the movies you saw him in as a kid was that Adventures of Baron Münchhausen movie we talked about the other day. He played the King of the Moon. Really? I don't remember that even, that he was in that one. Yeah, shortly after he died, I actually decided to do like a full watch-through of all the movies where he was like the main actor, I guess. I'm pretty sure that didn't include The Adventures of Baron Münchhausen. There were definitely some movies I probably wouldn't have checked out otherwise. Like Patch Adams, for instance. It was also a pretty decent movie. I haven't watched it in ages, so I'm not remembering all that much of it, but I remember being quite surprised how much I enjoyed it.
This area is off limits.
Look at these guys. The fuck? Doing like training apparently or something. Also was visual glitches. Jesus Christ. What are they doing? Oh fuck. There was like a freaking guardian boat here. Okay, let's get on high ground here. But it would have been great to watch the movies he had done in a marathon. There was a great drama he was in with Robert De Niro called Awakenings, based on a true story. I gotcha. I'm not quite sure if I've seen that one. At least I don't remember I did. But yeah, maybe I gotta do like a full marathon at some point. But yeah, well, like so many movies, I think I kind of stopped at some point. I kind of like to try to do it in like chronological order of the movies that he's done. But yeah, definitely didn't get to watch like all of them. You think those are glitches? Yeah, just a few. It's kind of funny they're like still doing it in the background. Kind of seems to be like distant based. Oh, that's funny. Really no idea what causes it, but oh well. Oh no, Jesus Christ! Why? Ah, oh, fuck's sake! Like. I just went forward, I didn't even press like B or A or whatever. He just decided to go on that thing, on the side thing. Oh, let's go back to square one. Aber it's like fishes flying in the air. Oh. This is interesting. Exactly, you know, with an actor like Robin Williams. He's done like so many countless movies. Okay, let's try this again. Yeah, there you go. Can't stealth attack him. I mean, I can upgrade my hidden blade even further. But it's still not enough. I think there's also gonna be some dialogue if I attack him, so I'm just gonna start the attack, I guess, and listen to the dialogue.
Don't forget to feed my lion. If he is hungry,
This is for Tahira!
you will not break me down.
Shut your mouth, Rufio!
You are not a man at all. Less than a fly. The hidden ones are dead.
Your order will crumble!
This is freaking... Was ist da?
Why have you broken my plans?
The Hidden Ones will never allow the Order of Ancients room to breathe.
So it is true. The Hidden Ones exist.
We thrive.
Strange. How you want the same things that we want. Peace, order, and yet our ideas will survive. You can kill me, but you cannot kill us. Caesar built a strong order before he was stabbed in the back by your cowardly wife.
Our power burns in the shadows.
And we create those shadows.
May the Hidden Ones bury you. Anubis awaits. May you walk the land of the Duats. Joe is dead. I should tell Amunet. She will be pleased.
Yeah, there we go. Rufio is taken care of. At naked the edit. But come on, bike, don't be reckless. Yeah. There were actually like a few kind of like rope swings. Over top there. So if you just like move your stick towards that direction, you would easily start that again. And probably get detected quite easily. They really don't want you to get out of it undetected, I guess, or to get Rufio with an instant assassination or something. Yeah, I have a ballistic ember. Quite annoying. Thanks for the mission pass, Rod, I appreciate it. We'll be hearing about a lot in the next few weeks. That's true. Yeah, once we get to San Andreas. It's definitely one of my favorite mission past sounds. But I also really like the ones in GTA 4.
They will have peace until the Romans send another general. It is endless. We must make the Hidden Ones as enduring as the Order.
There's a more immediate problem. Gamilat. The people look on him as if upon a god. They glorify his every action.
He fights for the people's freedom.
You and I just witnessed a massacre. I've spoken to the villagers. There have been many such massacres. In each, Gamilat sends his rebels to provoke the Romans. The rebels hide among the villagers, inviting the Roman backlash to fall upon the most vulnerable. Many villagers are slaughtered in the fight.
You're saying he does this knowingly?
This tactic creates martyrs for the cause, and families eager to take vengeance upon the Romans.
His plan was to cause a slaughter, to recruit more rebels.
He's done this again and again. He's building a rebellion at a terrible price.
He is a friend.
Recall that Cleopatra was more than a friend. Yet I trusted her too well. You helped me see my mistake.
He and I must talk. I am astonished by Gamilat's actions. Is he leading the rebellion for personal power?
I don't think so.
I believe he wants the rebellion to succeed so badly that he is blind to the cost. He genuinely sees the villagers as martyrs. He does not consider that they had no choice. And the tactic has been successful. He will certainly use it when the Romans send another general.
Whoa.
Yeah, it really will be rot, you know, getting Vice City done. But yeah, hopefully San Andreas won't be quite as frustrating.
Live your life in Rome.
It's a marvelous place, full of intrigue, deceit, and corruption. The perfect city for a hidden one.
I expected you to talk about the wine.
The wine is very good. You should come visit sometime. We'll have a taste.
I might do that.
Yeah, how about we get a game, you know, with Bike visiting Aya in Rome? Or you play Aya, I guess, and you have Bike visiting you. The perfect city for a hidden one. Let's rather do a game about mercenaries in ancient Greece. That would be more of a logical step, you know, for the franchise. But yeah, I hope San Andreas will be less frustrating, but I would imagine it would be right, considering that it's like more modern, and they probably have improved on a few things, I would think. There's even like stealth, isn't there, in that game? I'm gonna go for like health and hit and stuff, because I might need it for that fight. Okay. But you can't say it enough, this DLC is damn amazing. Absolutely, dude. Yeah, the whole like main story part, but also like some of the side quests are really good. But yeah, mostly the main story, I think, and how it's like really focused on that. The cutscenes are absolutely stunning. And it's really awesome that they really continue a lot of what the main story has set up, you know, like the Brotherhood, obviously, like seeing the Hidden Ones in action finally. But then also having like characters come back like Tahira, you know, very important for the Ragnaroma arc in the main game. And also, of course, for the creation of the Brotherhood. Then also cover up, you know, like the whole continuity of the Scarab storyline. And yeah, so many more things, you know, like of course having Aya back and Bikes and her relationship evolving away. Gotta do Witcher 3 instead. Yeah. It's really jarring, like once you get to play Witcher 3 and you really see how much inspiration Odyssey kind of like took from it. But just didn't, you know, do it nearly as well, in my opinion. At least the parts that it did try to copy. The gameplay obviously was still like quite different in some regards. And by Aya's built the Hidden Ones in Rome, Bike visits and helps Aya with some of the quests. That would have been an amazing game. Please retain the graphics from Origins, not the idiotic graphics from Odyssey. You have no idea why the graphics in Odyssey looked so bad to you. It was a sequel to Origins, how could it be so bad? Yeah, they did improve some things in Odyssey, like the texture resolution and stuff like that, but there was actually like a side-by-side comparison between the two games. And Origins seems to have like more details. You know, like for example, when you walk across sand or like rocks, you have like dust coming from your feet. You know, we have kind of like sand going over the ground. Those kind of like adds to the overall, I think, atmosphere of Origins, but I've actually taken some of it away in Odyssey, like some of the details. I think ultimately it was kind of like a compromise to make the game run more stable. Because they've done something similar with Syndicate after Unity. Like Syndicate arguably also looks slightly worse than Unity, I would say at least. And they've also taken some shortcuts in that game, for example limiting some of the animations to 30 FPS, like the clothing physics, just to increase the stability of the game. Rod, hopefully it won't be as frustrating of an experience. Yeah, hopefully. But I think that might be the case. That it won't be as frustrating. Ike and I were the perfect duo of characters for Ubisoft to have done another trilogy. They didn't understand why Witcher 3 worked the way it did. Yeah, they just wanted to, you know, get the dialogue choices and kind of like this, like, you're kind of like doing contracts, kind of like Dio. But what made the choices so good in Witcher, you know, was like how many outcomes potentially there could have been, and the amount of like attention, the detail they, you know, put into like each choice, potentially ending like in another random quest, for example. And then of course also having like, you know, actual consequences that don't feel like either good or bad, you know, was always like a mix of both really. The conclusion of that game could be that they get together again and die together, get buried at the place of that game. Yeah. I think it's really like one of the biggest missed opportunities in recent times of Assassin's Creed. Do not use Bayek and Aya further, because yeah, they're such great characters, they're so important for the Brotherhood, being like the founders. And I mean, the Hidden Ones DLC really makes it seem like, you know, that could have been the perfect setup there for a game set in Rome. But yeah, that's I think the problem also with not having Ubisoft Montreal do all the games, because if they had, then they probably would have continued there, I would think, before going to Valhalla. But yeah, with like, you know, so many studios working on the games, like Quebec of course pitching their own ideas, and they have their own kind of like ends that are independent from Montreal really. Because the way it works, right, is they kind of like go in the concept phase, and they kind of like brainstorm about which settings they wanna potentially do. And that doesn't have to necessarily stand in connection to like what has come before or what's to be released before. They just try to work out the concept and try to serve it to a Ubisoft XX, and if they approve it, then it's gonna happen. At that point, there's no real consultation with like, you know, like a lore master or anything like that. Like what would make sense story-wise? It's about which setting sells and what is like fresh. And I mean, ancient Greece has been highly suggested before. It's kind of like a hyped setting in general, like independent from AC, so it was probably an easy sell. But, and also the order in which you did things changing dialogue you would get low. Yeah, that as well. You know, it just really showcases how much they thought about, you know, what could like happen. And I mean, there's like so many quests in Witcher 3 as well, you know, like that kind of like attention to detail about all the quests. I mean, surely Witcher 3 isn't without flaws either, you know, but you know, like on a grand scale, I think they do a pretty good job with the choices and narrative. But Quebec AC has too many assassins in it. We need to change that. Yeah, we need to change everything. There shouldn't be any hoods anymore, hidden blades. No more parkour focus. And assassins. Oh, who needs that? I'd rather have mythological beasts, flashy abilities that make no physical sense, and yeah, you know, branching dialogues, because that's what history is about, you know, it's like about changing the past, not seeing how it really happened. Yeah, for sure, Ember. Like Valhalla, you know, obviously it also has some of the issues that Odyssey has with like the branching dialogue, for instance. But Valhalla at least really tries to be, you know, like advancing the lore, you know, and I think it does a pretty damn good job at it. And part of the reason is also because Darby McDevitt has been like overseeing the narrative department of the main game at least. So all of the connections to the other AC games like, you know, Bayek and Aya, the hidden ones. And Valhalla is actually the game that has like the most reference to any other AC game. I think almost every single AC game that has come before is somewhere to be found in Valhalla as a reference. It's actually crazy. It's just a lot of that goes like over people's head, I think, at least the first time playing, because it also did for me, and I would say I know the series quite well. But yeah, replaying the game, like there's so many things to catch up on. And you know, you still have like a really strong Isu narrative as well. And the modern day finally also advanced, you know, kind of like in a direction that made you like excited for what's to come, you know. It was like one of these old AC endings where you were like, whoa, okay, so that's happening now modern day. That's kind of like raising the stakes. But like the ones before that felt like a bit anticlimactic in lots of ways. So Valhalla, you know, as much criticism as it gets for being too long, or focusing too much on not playing an assassin, I think it's still a really good game as part of a series. At least when it comes to like office story stuff. Make it look like the protagonists are tired of being assassins, so now they can openly say they're not even interested in tenets of the creed and will never want to be an assassin. Yeah, that would be a good plan, wouldn't it? But Darby is so good at taking what has already been established, coming up with new additions, but also making those new additions match with what has been established. Exactly. You can really tell how much research he does, you know, like both historically speaking, like whatever time period he's trying to showcase, but also like going back, you know, like to older games and trying to make it all match in some way, you know. Like seriously, he deserves so much recognition. It's like the last big hope, I think, that I have currently for AC. I was so happy to hear that he was like coming back after having left when Montreal was kind of like disbanded in a way.
Ah, they see him as a god. We cannot challenge him in front of them.
Now that Rufio has fallen, so shall Rome! All hail the hidden ones who have freed us from Roman rule!
5 lookouts. The supply lines to the 5 lookouts in the mountains have been secured. The Romans have been more aggressive as of late.
Rufio thrashes in the Duat, drowning in the river of Jaco, clasped in the grip of the Lady of Slaughter.
Awful young, aren't you? Come here, play soldier, have a laugh.
I have no reason to laugh.
Sure, it is all very serious. Why are you here then?
To honor my father, killed by the Romans.
I will never
Why was he killed? Because Gamelat provoked them.
right themselves.
Romans.
They burn inside the sands of the Sinai. They burn.
Neb, where's your leader?
Gamelat is on a hunt near the oasis.
I will go speak to Gamelat. You stay here. Keep the rebels away.
Fight well.
I like that Aya doesn't even doubt then that Bai can take on Gamelat.
Great hope of the Nabateans. I am about to disappoint them all.
Bayek! What is this about?
You have been provoking massacres. Many innocent villagers have died.
I have exposed the vile cruelty of the Romans. Those martyrs have inspired countless warriors to continue the fight.
Martyrs?
What are the lives of a few villagers in light of freedom for all?
The lives of a few villagers? They had no choice in the matter.
Bayek, don't be absurd. We fight on the same side.
No. Here. We simply fight.
So be it. You will be the ultimate martyr. You fight well, Hidden One, but my shield is the strongest. No deny. This gives me no pleasure.
Let's end it once and for all. You cannot harm me now. You have become a torch to the cause.
Burn, Bayek! Let your accusations turn to ashes!
There is freedom, and there is the life of innocence. Both must be balanced on the scale.
It is now my heart that will lie upon the scale of Anubis.
Your heart beat too strongly in favor of its cause. The innocent must always be protected.
My ardor shone like sun in my eyes, blinding me. You have done right by me. I accept this death.
this day, no hidden one will raise a sword against an innocent. So it shall be written. May you find peace in the Duat.
And may the hidden ones last until the end of time.
The greatest of leaders, Gamilat, is now dead. And his story lives on in the warriors of the Sinai. He could kill 1,000,000 tyrants with one breath. A divine arrow. The great Gamilat is no longer.
Should we kill their dreams?
Let them have their heroes. For now, the hidden ones are forgotten. This is to our favor. Gamilat's death serves a higher cause.
No more senseless martyrs.
Have we done good?
Our tenets need to be passed on to those who have taken our oath, so they have a true creed to study.
The hidden ones will pass on to Petra and towards Judea. And forever. The creed must live beyond anyone.
No one shall be bigger than the greater group. When I return to Rome, I will not speak of heroes. I will speak of discipline and perseverance.
Amunet is a mentor to this brotherhood. Our will never rests.
And our blades shall never tire. Have done good.
Just absolute jokes over here. And these whole last, cutscenes and sequences here. Yeah, especially, the way Bark and I can't really look into each other's eyes anymore. Just because of like how much it hurts to say, goodbye yet again. It's just so damn heartbreaking, I feel. But I was also seeing, like, you know, the origin, of course, of the Tenets, stay your blade from the flesh of an innocent, you know, something that's gonna become so important later on for the Brotherhood, of course. Because that's kind of like one of the major differences also to the Templar Order, you know, who wouldn't. Just so well done, I think, you know, also giving a real reason for why that's being made a topic as well, with Gamilat and the martyrs that he's, you know, using, so-called martyrs at least, to recruit more rebels. You know, it's the price that the assassins would never take. But yeah, that is Assassin's Creed Origins, the Hidden Ones DLC, and it's still so damn good. Absolutely one of my favorite DLCs in this series, for sure. And yeah, exactly right, like it's great, you know, how the mocap really was used as well for Bike from Abu Bakr Salim. Really adds a lot of like personality, kind of like similar, like in Red Dead Redemption, right, where they have like mocap for each and every one of their characters. Really gives them like more personality in a way. Indeed, Ember. Indeed. The first Tenet. Yeah, right, it's great to see, you know, like, how much Bayek has learned, but also Aya, you know, like, and Aya's kind of like telling Bayek about, you know, how she trusted Cleopatra and has seen her mistake, you know, that's kind of like helping Bayek realize that he should also think about questioning Gamilat a bit more, even if he thinks he's a friend. It's great to see how Aya has also grown and learned from her past mistakes, I guess. Then also, you know, seeing like Bayek and the way he kind of like talks about the Creed and the Brotherhood, you know, just really has a vision. And it really helps shape into what the Brotherhood ultimately becomes, of course. Or the chemistry between them is still surreal. It really is. Yeah, that whole scene at the end there. We've done good. And that just gave me the feels. Eva, the last of Con, welcome in. But it's unfair that Odyssey gets all the attention whenever there's an official celebration of the franchise when they want to showcase one of the later entries of the series. Origins deserves that way more. Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely a bit ironic, you know, considering how little Odyssey kind of like cared about it. Thanks for GG's, Rod. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's definitely good to see Ember, you know, how much Aya has grown, I guess, and what she's also learned. What would say Rogue is the taint of a franchise smaller? Yeah. Yeah, Rogue is another topic in and of itself. But yeah, before we leave Ascena Evo, I can actually talk to other hidden ones again.
Our new bureau will never be compromised. We have learned a valuable lesson. I have talked with a farmer, and we will be able to acquire several haystacks and wagons for our leaps.
That's kind of funny. This kind of like establishes lore-wise why there's always like a haystack under a viewpoint, because obviously the assassins fighting for the poor, you know, and the working classes, they have kind of like a contract or kind of like an agreement with farmers to place hay boards everywhere. It's really funny.
Our new bureau will never be compromised. We have learned a valuable lesson. I have talked with a farmer, and we will be able to acquire several haystacks and wagons for our leaps.
Oh my gods.
Jakilat!
Bayek, I am practicing my leaps of faith. I am bruised, but it is the greatest joy in the world to do them.
believe we can also talk to Kavap as well. He should be somewhere around here. There he is.
This brotherhood is strong, Bayek. Thank you for giving me a chance. Soon I will be heading to Judea. King Herod is causing problems for the people. This brotherhood is strong, Bayek. Thank you for giving me a chance. Soon I will be heading to Judea. King Herod is causing problems for the people.
Another cool thing about the Hidden Ones is the Bureau kind of like starts within the city, right? But that's also how it got compromised quite easily and attacked. And what do the Hidden Ones do? They decide to go into the mountains to get kind of like a viewpoint like hideout, you know. Nobody else is living and where they can oversee the region from. And it's quite similar to what Masyaf and Alamut, like the kind of like assassin castles, being. Because part of the reason, like actually historically, why Alamut and Masyaf have been chosen as assassin kind of like headquarters, you know, for the Hishashans, as they are called back then, was because it was like an eagle's view. And it also gave them like a huge advantage. For example, when Salah ad-Din tried to attack the castle, you know, they had like big problems actually taking over the siege. They couldn't really attack or invade the castle. They had to kind of like wear out the resources of the region. Kind of like make sure they didn't have any food anymore and stuff, you know. But they couldn't actually take over the castle in most cases. And yeah, that's kind of like part of the reasons why they also went into the mountains here. And that's also why Sinai, I think, is such a good area to be set in, you know. Because obviously it's like a very important mountainous region, also in the context even of the Bible as well. The Mount Sinai is actually where Moses went in the biblical story of Exodus. And got like the 10 lessons from God, I guess. When he came back to the people of Egypt that he liberated and noticed that they all have been kind of like starting to pray to materialistic gods. Even though, you know, kind of like the lessons that he brought with him were exactly about the opposite. Kashta is now silent. Indeed. There's nothing to say anymore. But Kavap, an awesome character that would have been cool to see return in some form. Exactly. And I would love to see a game set in Judea as well. Gotta say. Closer to the time of Jesus. But nice spike said the creed was spread to Judea, so Kavap was the one preaching there. Yeah, probably. At least he's gonna take care of King Herod, it seems. Quebec, take notes. Yeah. But they won't. As you all know. Judea is now Palestine, you think? I'm not too sure either. But yeah, might be. What are 10 commandments that so many continue to live by? Yeah. I mean, it's definitely not all bad. You know, like, you shall not steal or you shall not kill. Kinda agree with that, I guess. But, yeah, there's of course also, like, you know, other parts of it where you have to worship your god. That's like the most important thing and stuff, you know. But you shall not have any other gods beside the one that I don't agree with. But hey. Everybody's free to, you know, believe what they want to believe. But it's interesting to hear the reword history of the Hishashin and how the AC series adapted it into their narratives. Yeah. I think AC1 has done a pretty cool job making that work quite well. obviously is also the ones connected to it the strongest. But I thought there were some really good twists and turns in AC1 as like a reference to the historical assassins. And also to kind of like really fit in with the whole alternative history vibe of things. Like for example the garden that you can find behind the castle of Masyaf. Historically was believed that the old man of the mountain, as the mentor was called, was kind of like drugging his assassins and sending them into the garden where they had to, where they got to enjoy as much as they would drink and kind of like eat as they wanted, but also had the companion of like several women. And they then believed that they were in heaven and that they would get there if they would go ahead and kill their targets, which would often get them killed in return. So yeah, kind of like as a martyr to the cause, I guess they sacrificed their lives, believing they would get into that kind of like heaven. But of course that's not like 100% confirmed, and that's kind of like where AC comes in. Because AC is actually using that image, right? Like, even if I'm talking about it, how he says, yeah, others believe, you know, we are drugging our recruits and tell them about, like, you know, fantasies and heaven and stuff, but we're just using that to confuse our enemies, so they think that's the case, but actually it's not. But in a way, it's still happening, because the Apple of Eden is quite similar to what they have been describing there, you know, kind of like creating a false illusion. Similar to how a drug might do it, and making others believe, you know, that that's their reality now. And that's just like one connection to like the historical assassins, you know, there's like so many more in the first AC game. So I definitely think AC1 is probably the best connected to the history, but also of course the closest. But yeah, let's have a quick look here at the map just to see if there's any quests left. But no, we've done everything in the Hidden Ones DLC. So that means we're now officially done with this part of Origins. Now, we still have one DLC left, of course, and that's the Curse of the Pharaohs. I'm gonna start it today because I still have you know, more than enough time to make like a proper start on it. However, I'm gonna go and take a break first, and then once I come back, we will be starting the DLC. However, I'm gonna do still one more quest before we go and start the DLC, and that's Demons in the Desert. And then also Light Among the Dunes is kind of like a setup of a DLC. So we're gonna do and finish those ones, and then make a start on the Curse of the Pharaohs. What about the Papyrus puzzles? Yeah, not gonna do those. They're not like a requirement for this playthrough. I'm just doing like all the missions, essentially. So I'm not doing completionists or something. Thanks, Aura. Okay guys, I'm gonna go and take a break now. And when I come back, we're gonna be starting the Curse of the Pharaohs after doing the other two quests first, as kind of like a setup. So yeah, I will catch you guys in just a few. However, before I actually go on my break, I wanna give a shout out. To Mola and Rod, because if you're looking for more AC content, they're both playing the series currently. Mola is currently doing his Desmond Saga run. He's currently on Revelations, and he's gonna be playing some tonight actually. Every Monday he's doing his Murder Mondays. He's trying to kill as many people as possible in the AC games. So yeah, you can catch that like around midnight, nighttime, European time at least. And Rod is playing the AC games every weekend. Currently he's on AC Syndicate, where he's doing a no damage challenge in memories. Otherwise he has to restart the memory. And he's also playing other games like Watch Dogs, Grand Theft Auto, Tomb Raider, and lots more. So yeah, definitely check out those two. Rod, what is truth? We place faith in ourselves, we see the world the way it really is, and hope that one day all mankind might see the same. What is the world then? An illusion, one which we can either submit to, as most do, or transcend. It's so good, you know. It's also part of the reason what I love about Lim and ID's relationship, you know, like, Lim is definitely manipulative in some ways, but in other ways, you know, he's still committed somewhat to the creed and, you know, also to like what it means, and he's still like, you know, teaching Altair and mentoring him, you know, like even in good ways sometimes, like making him realize, you know, things. But also through the manipulation that Altair sees through, that Altair learns even more. But yeah, it's really good, I think, that's kind of like balance it's between the two.